Big up, and welcome to Liberal 12 Man Show. We are doing roll call, and we are live and direct with Lee, Brian, and Alante here in full effect. How are you guys doing, Lee? How are you?
Good, mate. Yeah, looking forward to today.
Good. Brian, how are you?
Very well, very well.
Good stuff. And Nalante, how are you?
Yeah, all good. Thanks, talk man. Bless up the chat as well.
Definitely. Big up Hash, big up Bonkers, big up Realism and Jared. Live and direct, definitely live and direct. We are, and we have the lineup as Bonkers put in. It is basically the only real change from the starting lineup from the Leicester game, but we have substituted Nunez in or out for Lucho. So
he's developed a liking for Lucho in this post nine, hasn't he? He obviously thinks this is what can do the most damage to West Ham today, this front three. So, I'll just trust on his judgments here.
Yeah, totally. Definitely so. But what's interesting is that the bench does include Dan's. Actually, Jaden Dan's is on the bench this time. That's
good news.
It's a surprise inclusion. And James McConnell is on the bench as well. And I'll just get the full bench, but those are two names that are definitely I guess you could say somewhat surprise.
Yeah, I think Jay Dans will see some action against Accrington. I'd be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, Lucho is playing. Well. You're saying Trap Joe, by the way. Lucho is starting, but the bench has Kelleher, Simicast, Kwanzaa, Endo, Elliott, McConnell, Nunez, Jota, and Dan's on the bench. So no Chiesa. I think some of us pretty much expected that. And who else is missing off the bench that would normally be there? I guess the fact that he went with Dan's instead of Neone. So basically he brought another forward on the bench, which is very interesting because you already have Nunez and you already have Diego on the bench. So that's three basically number nines that play for us. So that's interesting. Yeah, you started Lucho. It's definitely it's not been I guess it hasn't been that predictable when it comes to selections that he makes, but he always has, whether it's for the bench or whether it's for the starting lineup, there always is some type of like, interesting. No Tyler Morton. Yeah, Morton has gotten a lot of selections lately, and he's absent from this one. Big up Bonkers. Thank you for that help. What are you guys looking at this lineup and thinking, Lee?
Well, first and foremost, I'm thinking that I can get the job done. Definitely this lineup. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I think it's a good selection. He's using he's giving players a rest now, isn't he? And we see he's bringing different players onto the bench because we've got the Accrington game coming up after United. And we've also got the two like semi-final, haven't we? So it's all good. It's all good. All positive.
Yeah, Red Armchair Supporter says good team, likes it. Are you okay with this lineup, Brian?
Yeah, it's the team I thought would play, so I can't complain about it. It was only really who was going to take over from Dom. It was the only real shout for me. The front three I thought was going to be, was going to be that one. There's nothing I would change about it. No, I prefer what we have on the bench to be able to come off the bench. Jota's obviously still not there yet. So there are no complaints about it. I think it should be like Lee said, looking at their lineup, the one player that we expected to be out was Max Kilman. He is fit and starting, so they've got some options on the bench as well with Ings and Fulkrug and Somerville. But Yeah, a couple of it's surprising to see Dan's on the bench. Morton, if Morton is not on the bench, haven't been on the bench for this long, and he's not injured, well, that could be a sign that maybe something is in the offing there. So, no, I'm happy with it, man. Happy with it.
Nolante, how about for you?
I'm a little bit perplexed, if I'm honest. West Ham have changed the formation to try and stifle us, and I just would have liked a physical presence with a
Yeah.
Jota or Nunes to occupy them. I know Diaz has been on form, but I just rather focus on in this game against West Ham. It's going to be hard, and
Yeah.
yeah, I would have preferred Diaz on the wings, resting. I guess obviously Mo's going to play, so you can rest Cody for this one. I mean, that's the only change I'll make, but let's see.
Yeah. Spurs game on the 8th is before the FA Cup game on the weekend. Okay. Yeah, if you're looking at this lineup against West Ham, it looks like they're going with a 5-4-1. That's what it looks like they're going to do in the sense of they have basically Bowen as the lone striker. And they have a midfield of Kudus, Seller, Alvarez, and Paqueta in the midfield. And then they have a back five, it looks like. Emerson, Kilman, let me see. Mavropanos and Wan-Bissaka and Kufal. And then, of course, Areola in goal.
I'm not surprised he's done that, to be honest. Well, gone to a back five because I only seen the highlights of him against Southampton, but he gave up lots of chances. So I'm not surprised he's changed to a back five.
Yeah,
The flat back. He was playing a flat back four in that Southampton game, and it didn't look good. Southampton created a lot, considering the rock bottom of the table.
Yeah, and I also think that the way that what Hash just brought up is true. Like they're probably going to try to put a little pressure on some of our players that are trying to navigate the yellow cards. Put a little pressure on them to try to see what they do about some of their challenges and the likes. Like I said, you can kind of tell that Grav knew where he's at with his yellow cards and that he can't get one in the last game. So I'm certain that he understands the same applies for them in this game.
It's going to apply against.
I would have liked that's one of the main reasons why I would have liked to have seen him not been a part of this game.
If the 19th game is the cutoff point in terms of that's the last game you can get a yellow into, then he'll be on it in the United game because that's the 19th game. It's after the 19th game it changes, I was told, halfway point, yeah. So he'll be on it against United and could possibly miss the Forest match if he picked one up against United.
Yeah.
But, we'll have to deal with it, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Still has, I guess I guess so.
On current form, he might be better missing the United match than Forest away.
Yeah, I'd rather see him get an opportunity to play in this game though, or in that upcoming game. It's just more of the United game is more of a big game than this West Ham game for me. If we're gonna roll the bones, but I guess it's just a matter of just rolling the bones until and hoping for the best. Definitely hoping for the best. Any thoughts on what West Ham has to bring against us? Lante, you mentioned something about how they look very defensive minded. It looks like with the way looks like they're set up.
Yeah, I think they're just going to try and nullify us in the middle and just stop any space in the wings. while playing. Then hits on the counter, and we know the weapons they got, like Jared Bowen, very underrated. Very underrated. Very, very good plays. Dangerous. Paqueta. That being said, and Kudus, my guy, my fellow Ghanaian brother. Like I said, we got to watch out for them and their little counterattacks because they will be a little bit dangerous. So I think they're going to stop us and then try and get us on the counter. And they've got some decent midfielders, defensive. So yeah, we have to, as a club, we just have to watch out for that.
Brian, same for you?
Oh yeah, they have obvious players, obvious threats. Kudus and Bowen are there. In terms of the yellow cards, I mean, to me, you play the game that's in front of you. If you start picking and choosing games, you say, "Oh, we'll leave him out of this game because then he'll be fit for the next game," and then he picks up a knock during the week. He's going to get that yellow at some time. If these guys, Endo and Jones, are good enough for Mac, then they should be okay to come in. I don't mind. I don't really just worry about that stuff. He's going to miss a game at some point. It's going to happen. I want to get these points on the board. These are the next game being the most important one, not 2-3 games down the line. This game is really, really big right now, just in terms of keeping that gap at the top the way it is. So I play our best team in this game. You never know, you might get to take Grav off after an hour. But yeah, with thingies, Kudus, when he wants to be, he's the kind of guy that wants to play for a big club, and I think he likes to try and take the opportunity of playing against the big team on TV. Not that he doesn't try in other games, but it raises him up to show what he can do, because he has his eye on a Barcelona, Madrid, somewhere down there. He wants to be at a top club, and I think he could play for one. But yeah, he's someone to watch out for, and like Nalante said, massively underrated. Jared Bowen. He's not fashionable. He's not trendy. He's not, he's not got a fancy name or anything like that. But you just talk about consistency in the Premier League. I mean, he's right up there. He really is. He can. He's scored against pretty much everybody. I'd say he scored against City. He scored against us. He scored against Man. He's done it against all the teams. So he's someone that won't be afraid. He knows what he's good at. But yeah, the main thing there is what you do. You stop him getting the ball. You control a bit of the game and you give them as few opportunities as possible. But yeah, the big pitch is interesting to see if they try and sit back with this five at the back kind of scenario, 3 in the middle. Yeah, how far up are they prepared to push those fullbacks? Are they prepared to cheat a little bit and try and say to Trent, or have they got that, or are they just going to sit there and put 7 across the back and another 2 in front of that and another, and just say, come on then, try and break us down? I hope they don't, because they're better than that. They've got quality in their team, so hopefully they come out, try and be a bit adventurous and leave a bit of space in behind. Let's trick their fullbacks into bombing up the pitch and bait them into a few traps and hit them in behind.
Yeah, Lee, is that the same for you as well?
Yeah.
Do you have any fears about how they're set up or the team that we're about to go based up against?
It sounds like they are going to try and frustrate us, but I'm reasonably confident that we've got enough to still win the game. Even if it is a tighter game than what we might have thought before we seen their lineup. I still think we can win it.
Yeah, it's an interesting lineup. Again, a lot of different names that we expected to see, some that we didn't expect to see, but for the most part, the lineups do look like the lineups that we suggested would be on there. Still no Endo, as I just mentioned, as Hash mentioned. I agree. I agree. I would have liked to seen. I wouldn't have mind seeing that. Forest 2-0 over Everton. Yep. And that game for City has gone final. It is 2-0. City has gotten one of their first wins in a long time, actually, for themselves.
You reckon they'll have an open top bus to celebrate the victory? When they get back to Manchester.
Yeah.
More impressive. Forest going second.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
It's 2-1. in the Fulham game. 2-1. Let's see. 2-1. Looks like there was just a goal in that game for Fulham. Let's see who got it though. I'm waiting to see who got it. Of course, Raul got it. Looking at thinking about my fantasy football team. I think I have Raul on the bench. Sucks. But we'll see. We'll see. I have a feeling that we're gonna play Nunez at some point this match, and I'll end up getting having that count for myself. We have 2-1 Spurs over Wolves. 2-1, like I said, Fulham over Bournemouth. 2-0 Forest over Everton. 2-1 Crystal Palace over Southampton, and 2-0 Manchester City is victorious in that game. We are in about like the 70-something minute, like in pretty much every one of those other games, other than obviously the City game that's gone final. And we are approaching a kickoff for us in about a little bit less than 45 minutes, around 40 minutes. It'll be our kickoff will be happening. So big up to everyone joining us that is chiming in for a little bit of our roll call. Big up to Red Rebellion TV. Big up to Red Armchair Supporter. Big up to Rillos and Jarrett. Big up to Trap Joe. Let's see. Big up to Bonkers. Big up to Hash. Big up to Mark. Big up Bernie, by the way. Big up Bernie. And I think that's all I see in the chat so far that has been conversing or saying hello to their fellow Reds before we start another absolute campaign of hopefully destruction at West Ham. Put those hammers to good use. Yeah, Endo is likely to end. What? I'm not gonna say. I'll probably wait on saying whatever Trap Joe's saying. I think that's a joke. Jedi got the assist for Fulham, second goal. He keeps on. He's playing really, really well. Really, really well. I mean, like I truthfully have gotten to the point where I almost rather see if we did go for left back, I'd rather see us pursue him rather than Kirkes if that was the two options. But we'll see what happens. I know it's a big difference in age, but still, we'll see what happens. So any alterations to your predictions of scorers and score predictions, maybe? Anything going on with that? Being that we now know who's going to be in and the likes. Brian, do you have any changes to your predictions?
What did I say? 3-1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. I'll stick with that.
Okay. You have do you have now seen the lineup? Do you have any scores that you want to include?
Some little Egyptian fella plays on the right wing. Can't remember his name. Pretty good apparently.
You're thinking outside the box, huh?
Yeah, Gakpo, Mo, and here's one for you, Nalante. Joe Gomez.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Fair play.
Wow.
Fair play, bro. Fair play.
Okay.
He's come close in the last couple of weeks. He's getting his eye in. So it's not as like if he was playing as a fullback, I wouldn't pick him. But because he's playing as a centre half, I mean, why not? Why not? You know, you can always get a goal from a centre half, and he's come close. He may be getting his eye in there a little bit. So yeah, outside the box shout for you.
Okay. Nalante?
Yeah, I'll stick with my 2-1 prediction. And I'm going to mention Joe G and Gravy.
Okay. 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 Little double G. Okay, double G action. And Lee.
If I remember rightly, I think I went to 3-1 and then changed that to 2-1. I'm going to
Mhm.
change it yet again after
Okay.
seeing cards and go for a 2-0.
Okay. At least it's
Don't concede.
okay.
It's a 2-0.
Okay. A little bit of a little bit of a roller coaster for you. A little 3-1, then it went to like 2-1, meaning like it was
Yeah,
going to
looking
be.
at their side, I think it could be maybe a tighter game where there's not as many chances as what I was expecting.
Mhm.
So I'll say that we get a goal in each half today.
Okay.
Don't know. I'm not going to predict the score, so I'll just say we got a goal in each half and win 2-0.
Okay. Red Rebellion TV is going 3-0 to Liverpool. Yeah. Harry Wilson with that goal, by the way, Hyler's putting
He's
out
on
there.
fire.
Yeah, he is on fire for Fulham. He's definitely on fire right now. Dare I say, in fuego. 3 points with a clean sheet. That's what Realism Jared's looking for. What's the score you got, Realism Jared? What is the score you got, and who do you got scoring? We do need to get a clean sheet. We do need to get one. Hash is saying 2-0. Big up. Oh man, leave Chiesa alone. Leave Chiesa alone. We'll eventually. It is a weird situation with Chiesa, but we'll eventually get the. It's with what we paid for him. It's a risk, or it's a gamble worth the risk. Because hopefully it'll eventually pay off, because it was a steal for the talent that the player has, and everything else is a steal that if we get it properly, if you get him properly maintenance back into health, it'll pay off. 3-1 Mark A has it. Realism Jared has it. Diaz, Cody, and one of the midfielders to score our goal. Maybe a little gravy. Maybe Macca. Or maybe even Curtis Jones. Maybe even Curtis Jones gets involved like he did last time. We have been getting some goals from our midfield as of late, which is good to see. West Ham at home, 3 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses, 13 goals scored, 17 conceded. West Ham worst on home than away. Wow. That's a very unique stat. Very unique stat. West Ham worst on home than away. I'm sure their home fans love that. I'm sure they love that.
The home record hasn't been that good since they moved there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have definitely been struggles. What else? Dara's got at 2-1. Okay. What else do you guys think in the chat? I definitely, I would like to see us get a clean sheet. I think is it more? What is your opinion on is it more important that we get a clean sheet, or is it more important that we see our forwards firing? Because if they're going to go against something like a low block, or going against maybe even something where they're just going to park the bus, where they have obviously 5 in the back, maybe at times 6, 7 in the box type situations. Is it more important that we break down this low block, obviously, or are you looking more of like it's more important that we keep the clean sheet? Lee? Or we can go JK.
I would like us to keep a clean sheet today. I predicted it now at 2-0. I'd like us to limit them to as few chances as possible, as few shots as possible, and just get a couple of goals. 1 in each half would do me fine. 1 in the first half, and then get ourselves in front, have our time, come out, get another one, get the points. That's what I'm hoping for today.
Okay.
And then, as I say, I just don't want them to create. I don't want us to concede many chances today or many shots. I want to see a nice tight defensive performance.
Yeah. Okay. Big up, JK. By the way, big up. How you doing?
All good, bro. Hope you all happy. All good.
Yeah.
Finally,
Definitely.
Nolante. Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen the
Bernie.
team. The team looks. It's the way I would have played it. I would have played Gapco. I'm surprised Diaz has come back
What's
in
up, Jay?
actually. Yes, Nolante. Yeah, I'm just a little bit surprised Diaz has come back straight back in. So yeah, I like that attack. Them three playing.
Mhm.
And for me, the midfield three are the ones we would have gone. Maybe Sabatello would have started instead of Jones, but other than that, the team's sort of strong. And we got on the bench, we got Darwin and Jota and Harvey Elliott. So it's cool. Clean sheet today for me, bro. I
Okay.
think it's very important. We get back to that sort of clean sheet sort of status.
Yeah, I'm interested in us having like plenty of control of the tempo of the game today. I want it to be that type of game where we, we've got the measure of them. Like we get in front, and we've got the measure of them, and it's not like there's different ways to win games, isn't there? Blasted goals in past teams and that. But I would like to see maybe just a tighter performance today, given what their side looks like, and it might be hard to break them down. I don't want us to, conversely, I don't want us to give up many chances either. If they're going to work hard to stop us getting chances by playing the formation they're playing, I hope we do the same thing to them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did see that Bernie says 2-0. Verge will be wanting to keep a clean sheet. Okay. Got you,
Yeah.
Bernie. Tell us who you got scoring, Bernie, by the way, too. That 2-0 victory. 2-0, 3-0, something like that is starting to sound a little bit more probably the consensus more, and even maybe even the more of what we could expect or could possibly see. Clean sheet is very important. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brian, go ahead. Nolante had to drop out, so go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, geez, I might be going against excuse me, against the grain a little bit. I don't really get the obsession lately. Clean sheets. How to get clean sheets. Two games against Newcastle and Fulham, which they score goals. Yeah, that wasn't good. One of them were down to 10 men. As long as we're winning games, I don't really see. I get it. Look, it's like icing on the cake type shit. It used to be, I don't know, like a badge of honor. Yeah, like defenses don't want to keep clean sheets, but if we're winning 3-1, it doesn't. Like there is no stain really for me. I think it's if we're this good and if we're a defensive mess, if we're a Tottenham, if we're something like that, you could say we need to. But I think there's a difference between playing badly defensively and not keeping clean sheets. We've been very, very good defensively, and I don't really. It's not something like, to me. If we keep a clean sheet, then that is fantastic at the end. That's brilliant. But I'm not at the start of a game kind of going, we need to keep clean sheets. Because right now,
it's not essential.
no, because right now in the Premier League, as I've mentioned before, look at Harry Wilson today. You can go all the way down to a team like Leicester. You can go all the way down to a team, you say down, but teams like Bournemouth. Every single one of those teams has some guy in their side that is capable of hurling one into the top corner from 25 yards. They all do. There's quality players in, like, it's just some teams only have one or two. But there's, like, these days in the Premier League, you come up against such high quality. It doesn't wreck my head if we don't keep clean sheets, as long as we're visibly not poor defensively all over the place, a shambles, which we're clearly not. You
No.
can't stop the odd team from pinging one in or getting a shot or whatever it might be.
The worst
Because look at-
defensive display was probably the Newcastle game. The Spurs one I thought was quite good, despite the 3 goals. I thought we had a good game defensively.
Like I said, there's just something in the water down there. It
Yeah, I
affects
think we had
the
like
visible team.
3 shots on target and they all went in the bastard net. You know what I mean? We didn't play badly defensively that game. And even though I went back on what I said yesterday and I've now predicted a clean sheet, we probably won't get one because every time I have predicted a clean sheet, we've not got one.
No.
That's actually why I didn't predict one. I predicted.
Is that why? You try to do the
I've done the
the
switch
jinx
around.
breaker?
Hey, as long as we win, I don't care.
Okay.
Got a restless mind over this game. Can't settle on what I think's going to happen.
Oh, here we go.
God.
It's on. It's on. It's on. It was only going to be a matter of time. Get your 4-2s and get your on the line to the bookie and get your 4-2 bet in now. 2-2 Wolves and Tottenham. It begins. That ain't going to be the last of those goals.
I actually put Larson in my team this week as well. Nice one,
Freaking
yeah, with that news. Nice.
Spurs. This might be
Can't be long left. Is there what, like 5-6
No.
minutes left in those
About
games?
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, plenty of time. Plenty of time for Spurs to do other shit.
Oh, I thought you meant can't be much time left for Ange because a draw against one of the
Well, it ain't
bottom.
over now, it's Spurs.
Wolves
It ain't
2
over. This
wins
could be
in a row.
3-3. This could still be 3-3 or 4-2. It's Spurs. Well, not 4-2, but well, actually,
The Wolves 2 wins coming into this game. Away getting a point there. That's not bad. Not bad. 7 points from 9 coming into the job.
Oh yeah, definitely. But if they get a point, if Wolves get a point out of this, that'll be a victory for them. That'll be definitely a victory. That is just sad, though. Sad. Oh man, Spurs. There's the it's almost like it's sad. I watched those goal reaction shows, and I watched some of the Spurs ones are just you feel for them. You feel for them because sometimes you'll see them, they'll get all riled up. They're like, oh, we're in this. And then, but you can kind of still see it in the back, like in the deep parts of their eyes. You can kind of see they don't really believe that they're in this. You know, they know this isn't really going down like it is. It looks like Fulham has just knotted it up, or excuse me, Bournemouth has just knotted it up 2-2 as well.
Yeah. 2 good teams.
Yep. 90th minute in all those games. 90th minute in all those games. 2-0 Forest. 2-1 Crystal Palace. Palace holding on to that 2-1. Holding on now into extra time with a 2-1 lead.
I think yesterday we were saying there's going to be a few draws today, and it looks like it as well. Fulham, Helia come with Fulham 2, Bournemouth 2 now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bournemouth got it back 2-2, did they? Right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, yesterday with me and 12, I was just saying it feels like a day of draws. I thought Everton against Nottingham Forest would be like a draw, but Forest looking good, man. They come to Liverpool twice and got 6 points, man.
Yeah.
That's one game I was saying yesterday. I'm looking forward to that game. Hope we beat them big time.
Yeah.
When we play them again?
Yeah, the City Ground very soon. I think next month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think when we play, I think.
No, sorry, no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, bro, I think in the space of a couple of days or week, we play Bournemouth and Forest both away, and they're both tricky games.
Oh, yeah, very tricky.
Yeah.
That game was a real shock to the system, wasn't it? That Forest game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a frustrating game.
Oh, what happened there?
It was just weird. I thought we were
Yeah.
going to win it. We got them on the 14th of January. The next game's on a Tuesday, I think.
It's Forest and then Brentford away. It's Forest away, then Brentford away within 4 days of each other
Yeah.
or 3 days of each
Oh,
other.
Brentford instead of
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
Brentford. Okay, yeah.
So Forest is coming
Man
up soon.
United is in it on the 5th. Then we've got the 3 cup games, and then sorry, 2 cup games, just one leg of the semi-final and the Accrington, and then it's Forest and Bournemouth. Forest on the 14th of January and Bournemouth on the 18th of
That's gonna be a
January. I
big
think it
game.
is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brentford. I've caught that off you there, Nancy. So, Brentford, but the 2 quite difficult away games. Brentford are quite hard to play on their own ground. I don't know.
Yeah.
Couple said they're harder to play when they're away. Sometimes they can be difficult. Brentford can't they? And they are physical and that. Everyone knows that they've got some good attacking players. So they're 2 really tough away games on the spin there. But you know, we're in the right shape to put on some good performances. I'm not going to predict what the scores for them are this early before it's even 2025. But yeah, we're in good shape, aren't we, to put on good performances in them games, and let's hope we do.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything. Tottenham fans, yeah. Spurs, a little broken to say the least, yes, because these games are all still in extra time in all the games, but what a shame. What a shame. 2-2 in that Tottenham game. 2-2 in the Fulham game as well.
G'day, mate.
I've seen the buzzards circling over this Ange thing, and it's a shame. I agree with our coach with Slot's assessment. I do like that Ange is a part of the league. I like the fact that he plays an open form of football. It's not very just Sam Dyche-esque in the sense of just play defense, and hope for a result.
That's a
It has
manager no
gone
one ever
final.
wants
The
to
Crystal
face.
Palace game has gone final. Thank you, Hylor, putting it into the chat there. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's a manager nobody wants to face. Sam Dyche. Wow. The worst of Sam and the worst of Dyche rolled into one manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Would you take it at Liverpool? I wouldn't. It's madness. Throwing away leads in 2 minutes. Like, it's great fun to watch. It's nice and all that. It's very entertaining, but I'm not sure if it's going to actually be successful for him. I wouldn't be able to take it. It's just, shipping crazy score lines every other week. Yeah, great fun for other people. I don't know. Maybe not so much if you're actually paying to go and watch it every week. Like, the Spurs like entertaining football, and then there's taking it a little bit too far, But hey, I admire the guy. I don't think the Premier League is really the place for him.
Mm-hmm.
He got a bit he went from Japan to Scotland to Spurs. Well, he went from Australia to Japan to Scotland to Spurs. Big jump. Very big jump. But hey, look, it is what it is, right? I'm not a Spurs fan. Nottingham Forest full-time 2-0. Are they? Someone say earlier on they're up to second now.
Good results.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say Everton are in good form just because they drew with Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City, but they were in reasonable form after drawing with Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City. So for Forest to go there and get a 2-0 is a really good performance in it from them, I would imagine. I listened to it a bit before because I went upstairs to my dad's, and obviously he was listening to it. But, they were 1-0 down at that time. It's a good result for Forest, yeah.
Do you think it's a case with saying that Forest has now moved into second place? Yes, you heard me say that correct. They're in second place in the league with 37 points. That is also because Arsenal still has to play, and Chelsea still have to play as well. But for right now, they are in second place. And do you think it's a case where the league it's a like as in it's a down year for the league? Do you think that this is that it's like how the because I heard the West Ham
I think the last time I remember us being 1 and 2 was about 96, 97. Liverpool were first and Forest was second around this time of year when Frank Clark was Forest manager. So I've not seen that in how long is that? Over 25 years.
Yeah. But do you think it's a matter of the league being bad, or is it just maybe that it's more of just or it's a little bit of maybe the league or just some teams like
the league's got better and it's harder to
Yeah.
get wins. You know what I mean? There's more draws now. It's harder to get wins, isn't it?
it just is it more of just the league having more parity in a sense, you know?
Well, you know, City aren't there this season. So if they were there, Forest wouldn't be where they are. He'd still be third, wouldn't he? You know what I mean? He'd still be above Arsenal and Chelsea then. I suppose our rivals would say that if we do win the league, they'll go, "Oh yeah, it was one of them years. You had no competition, did you?"
Exactly, Lee. If we win this league and it ends up not that they're going to finish where they are, but if
thrown away by others,
like if at the end of this season we win this league and they can point to a league table that has Nottingham Forest in 5th and Bournemouth in 7th or 6th, you know, and City with a bad year, Manchester United with a really, really bad year. Oh yeah, well that was a weak league that year. Look, Forest did really well. All that. So yeah, that is lead that one to the rivals. I think it is to do with the fact, City are having a drop off. That's only one team. Manchester United are terrible, but they've been terrible for a long time. I think it definitely shows. This is kind of going back to what I was saying earlier on about teams now. Every team having 2 or 3 good players in it, like properly good players, guys that could play for Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, Dortmund are playing for the likes of Fulham, playing for Brighton. So there is definitely more parity across the league in terms of the quality, and like that was the point that when we had Ant on my show last night, talking about where they were going to get out, and I was like, if you look at the league table, if you look Leicester in the relegation zone now, look at the teams ahead of them that they could possibly be thinking that will get relegated: Crystal Palace, Everton, and Wolves. That's it. That is it. And I don't see Wolves getting relegated. I don't think Everton are going to get relegated. So he's saying, but because right after that, you're up to Manchester United, Brentford, Spurs, that kind of shit. So it's like, which of those, the league is so strong now. You know, can you see Wolves getting relegated? This Wolves team? I can't. Not with the firepower they have. A new manager coming in looking really good. Bournemouth, Fulham, they're not getting relegated. Nottingham Forest might have been candidates. They're not getting relegated, obviously. So, like I was looking from a Leicester point of view. I'm going to go, hang on a minute. Whose spot are we taking? Because Ipswich and Southampton are below us. I think 12. It's the fact that there are no. There used to be like 3 or 4 like awful teams, like just really bad teams. Maybe even 5 some years. Now there might be just 1 really bad team.
Yeah.
So, like, even the likes of Ipswich have Delap and Amari Hutchinson, cost them nearly 50 million quid. So, yeah, I just think if there's any kind of slip at all, and Hyler mentioned earlier on that he thought Nuno would be the first to go. I had him as my first manager to get relegated, but not because of anything he was going to do, just because their owner is so volatile. I thought a couple of bad results to start the season, and he'll get sacked, kind of thing. But not because of anything he'd do. He's just done an amazing job. So yeah, I think it's a great season. This is what I like. So I don't want to see the same 4. I mean, as long as one of them is us, at the top, that's cool, But I don't want to see the same 4 teams every single year finishing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Arsenal, Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. There you go. That's your top four every single bloody year. It's great to see a Forest, and not so much for their fans, but for the league. It's great to see a bit of.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
great.
going to Anfield for Liverpool Forest, and I think it was 96, 97, and they were second to us. And it was like New Year or something. So it was like this time of year. That was obviously a long time ago, but yeah, I've seen it before. Like, I wasn't alive. Well, I was alive, but I wasn't into I was too young to be into football when Forest won their one league title and then the 2 European Cups that came after it. I was too young for football still then. But I remember them in the 80s, like Forest, and they were still half decent, but they never won fuck all in them days. It's the late 70s, it was 79, 80, and obviously they won the league in 78.
Yeah, I've been warding against that too. That's why I was asking the question, because it seems like anytime, especially when we're involved in the pursuit of something in this league, it's whether it's the pandemic or whether it's now possibly, an era of some teams showing a little bit of fight in themselves.
Well, I've enjoyed seeing Villa
Year that
back
has
in the
City.
Champions League. A bit nostalgic because I do remember them winning it against Bayern Munich 1-0, and they beat Bayern Munich 1-0 earlier in the season. Which, had that nostalgic air for me, like, because I can remember that final. It's only the second one I can remember, but yeah, it's been good to see Villa in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I really meant, was that it's interesting because you have a case where it seems like whenever something's going right, they want to try to like make it. They want to lessen the accomplishment, But it's still. I think it's still. How many points do you think it's going to take to win the league this year?
I don't think
for
it's a
instance?
poor league this year. It's just that City have dropped off, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
well,
so.
if someone says that to you, you can say, "Where the fuck was your team in that poor league?" Because that's what they said about Leicester. Oh, it was a poor league. It was a poor league. It's like, well, why was it a poor league? Where the fuck was your team? Your £100 billion team and your star strikers. Where, like, those fans are turning. Oh, well, it was a poor league. So, okay, define a poor league. Well, most of the teams in it were shit. What's the team in it? Name one. Arsenal, Man City. You mean your teams?
Mhm.
Sorry, ye were shit. Trying to make the fact that they had a poor year about us. And you're right. Like, they loved the fact, like, what did the whole Asterix brigade was out, during COVID.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, they're still going on about that, some rival fans now, calling it the diseased league title or something.
yeah. Well, first they wanted once they realized we were going to win it. First, they all of a sudden wanted it cancelled for human rights issues.
Yeah.
All these people who didn't give a shit when they
Yeah.
thought they might have a chance. All of a sudden, when they realized we were unassailable and we were
Yeah.
going to win the league, then they wanted it cancelled. And when
Remember
they
Karen
didn't real
Brady coming out and saying it because West Ham were in the relegation zone. Silly
exactly,
bit.
and then when they realized that it wasn't going to be cancelled, then they wanted, oh, but it should be an asterisk here. It shouldn't be a proper title. All that, yeah, they'll be coming out in force. Of course they will, but
But I'll meet it head on with relish. I can't wait for it. If that's what next season is, that we keep hearing that shit, I'll be in there in every comment section going, ready to refute their allegations.
Fulham 2-2. By the way, Fulham is 2-2 draw. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Yeah, it's weird. It's just weird that people, like, it seems like, because like the West Ham guy was going on about, the league is this and the league is that, and I'm like, no, I think more so it's just your team is crap. Like, simply because, I mean, and I guess because he was saying his team is crap or his team isn't as good as he wants to see them, but they're still not in relegation. I'm like, that's not really like the line that I draw to make the distinction between a good year or a bad year for the league, in general, as to which teams are in that relegation battle. Because realistically, the teams that are in that relegation battle are the teams that most of us expected to be in that relegation battle. Most of the teams that got newly appointed, are the teams that are in the bottom of the barrel, I guess you could say, you know?
Yeah, next season, if we are champions when next season kicks off, the go-to insult will be you've only won 2 in 35. I mean, I've even had that from Newcastle fans coming at me with that 1 in 30 years. It's like, when did you last win anything? Never mind the league title. When did you last win fucking anything at all? Please don't come at me with that. I mean, United went 27 years without winning the league. Arsenal are well into the 20th. The 20s now, aren't they? It's 21 next year, and if for them, if they don't win it this year. So it easily happens in football. You go through cycles, don't you? Periods. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. It's what it is. It's what it is. That is what it is. Yeah, well, some of us definitely, some of us don't.
We didn't get to
Some
hear
of us
JK.
Some of us
Your
don't.
thoughts on the team. Your quick thoughts on the team, if you're.
Me, yeah. I like the team, bro. I think them three up top, they work well.
The fact that they're
I think 12 months, 2 days behind us. Or 4.
Yeah, about 2 days.
Yeah, but I like the team, bro. I think that's the best team we can put out.
it's all good. Yeah. That's
Defensively, midfield wise, Chiesa's not there on the bench, but we've got Jota, Harvey Elliott, and Darwin up on the bench if needed. So that team's blessed, bro. I'm happy to see Diaz has come back straight in if he's okay to play. It's a good thing. So yeah, man, looking forward to the game, and I hope Diaz's situation off the field is sort of cool now with his dad and stuff. Hope he's better. He can concentrate on the game.
Yeah, I hope it has a positive effect on his performance today. Hope he's right up for it, like chomping at the bit. Because he can't.
Yeah.
He does bring the unpredictable sometimes. Diaz, you can predict the unpredictable with
Yeah.
him.
You know what you're gonna get with Diaz. I like Diaz has sort of grown on me as a player. I just feel like skill wise and keeping the ball, he's one of the best. And just a few discussions with 12 man. But I'm just happy he's getting on with it.
Yeah, he's quite a varied finisher. I've seen him do quite a lot of different types of finishes since he's been here. I think he's a better finisher than some people think he is. Just depends what position he's in when he's bearing down on goal.
But I think sometimes I want to see him get the ball and cross it, But for today, I reckon he'll be floating around the middle anyway.
Yeah, I like them ones
that type of role.
when he just runs into the middle and meets across, with one away to United where Mo put it across for him, wasn't he? Just met it first time, guys. I like them type of finishes from Lucho. He's done a few of them really nice ones. Sometimes on the half volley as well, looks more spectacular. Yeah, he's got a few different finishes in him, Lucho. So I'm hoping there.
I like seeing him on the right hand side sometimes as well.
Yeah, I like seeing him drift around. Yeah, move around the forward line. Yeah.
Drifter. Remember Drifter? Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the drifter type of player. That like free roll, sort of drifting. Keeps hold of the ball when we need him to do it. That's why, I never really make a big argument about Diaz. People moan about Diaz because they only want to see goals and assists. But football's a bit more than that sometimes. I think a lot of people put a lot of work into Salah gets the goals and assists. It works, you know what I mean? So hence why sometimes Diaz and Gakpo and all these other guys won't get that amount of same goals as Salah and stuff, why they're doing a lot of donkey work as well. Diaz runs back more than, say, Salah does in a game,
Yeah, I think Slot is improving Diaz. I think Diaz is getting better under Slot.
He's changed a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, with the Jota injury and Nunes not scoring that many, he's been forced into it somewhat, hasn't he? Using Lucho in the line, but I think it has improved Lucho a bit, and yeah, I think it's great.
What's your prediction, guys? I went with a 2-0, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 2-0, I said. One in each half.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's a
I
nice
wanted to start.
one if you're leading at half time and then get a second one as well. That's always good. One in each half, isn't it? Nice.
Looking at their team, like looking at their team, Lee. Have you seen their team? Their team looks kind of. They've got all their best players out. They're all playing. You know, I thought they had injuries and stuff. Okay, Suchek ain't playing. I think he's suspended. But everyone else is there. Paqueta, Bowen, Kudos, Alvarez. They're all in the team. So I think it could be a bit of a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect from this one. Like, depends. We could get an early goal.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so.
Hopefully so. Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully I'm not lagging anymore. I'm trying to shut some of this stuff down. So in the background. So I was in the DeLorean, apparently.
Where will you duck?
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty style. There you go.
Sometimes you need what's his name, Biff. You know, like Biff had that magazine with all the results.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
the sports almanac.
Imagine me having a football version of that. That's what they need to do.
I would love a sports almanac right now from the future. That'd be fantastic.
We'd all be going to Disneyland.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. We did all at the game right now. All at the game, loving it.
Buying up the club.
yeah, but would you go? No.
But a couple minutes before kickoff, want to wish everyone a good game experience today, no matter where you're going to be watching the game. If it's going to be, pitch side, you're actually making the trip out to West Ham, or if you are pub side, if you are couch side, does not matter. If you're just, I don't know, watching it from work or on your phone, whatever you're doing, I hope it's a great experience for you, because if anything, it's an opportunity to watch the Reds play, and that should always be an enjoyable thing. So put your cares away a little bit for today, and hopefully enjoy some of the game. Try to be not so hypocritical, on some of the performance.
Be kind of mind.
Have a little faith. They'll carry through. 1 minute to kickoff, so we're gonna let you guys go. You guys want to say peace out before?
Peace out, people. Yeah. Enjoy the game. Yeah.
Enjoy the game. Cool. Nolante, you want to say peace out to the people? Or okay, Brian. So just make sure we don't.
Nolante's gone to the future already, bro. He's already at the game. Yeah. He knows something we don't.
Go enjoy the game. Wherever you are, let us know where you are watching it. But wherever you are watching it, enjoy the game. And if we're back later on, we'll see you back here later on. Yeah.
And Lee, you want to say peace out because the game just kicked off?
Yeah. Good luck, everybody. I hope our luck holds out today. I'll be fingers crossed right through it. See you later.
Sounds good. Yes, definitely. Let's go Reds. Definitely up the Reds each and every time, Jimmy. Red Armchair supporter. Peace out. Definitely. We will most likely be back for a match reaction. And but until then, up the Reds, people. Up the Reds. Let's get this victory. And we'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.